Hey guys, I am live on Monday evening at 10:15. I'm live talking about Manchester City Football Club. Let me know in the comments if you can hear this loud and clear. I'm going to go through loads of questions and Leroy Sane stuff today, but also what I very quickly say at the start of this stream, thank you to those guys there. Where are they? There, Unibet sponsoring this transfer window for the next couple of weeks, I think. So go and give that link in the description below. Just go and give it a little click if you want to. Just go to the blog. You don't have to gamble or anything like that. Just go and read the articles. It's a really good one about Kevin De Bruyne from Steven Tudor, big Manchester City fan. So go and give that a click in the link in the description below. Then come back over here and join the live stream. We're talking about absolutely loads of things today. I can see all the comments coming in. Jake saying congratulations on 29k. Thank you very much, Jake. Let me get the actual stream coming up better. Looking good today, apparently. Thank you very much, Collie. Samuel, hello. Miles, hello. K-Mac, hello. Oliver Hart, Snorky Poo. So, basically today, Philip, don't be rude. Anyway, I'm a varied man. In general, we're going to talk about Leroy Sane today a little bit, and I'm going to start that now by discussing the rumours today. And this Manchester City have seemed to have come out fighting a little bit, if we're being honest. They basically said that they're not... Well, it's one of those things where it gets leaked to a local journalist. In this instance, it's Stu Brennan from the Manchester Evening News, and it's been leaked to him, I reckon, from probably some kind of official at Manchester City, that City aren't actually in talks with Bayern Munich, and it seems increasingly desperate from Bayern Munich to actually kind of excuse me, tap him up in public. And Niko Kovac obviously been saying all that kind of stuff. But despite all the rumours recently, apparently City aren't actually negotiating with him. Now, is anyone actually surprised by that? I can't really imagine City are negotiating with him, because it doesn't feel like we need to really. I don't think they've actually made an offer yet. So how can City genuinely accept or discuss anything if they're not willing to actually make an offer? And I think the only reason they'll actually make an offer is when Sane actually says to them, yeah, I want to come. I don't think Sane's actually said that yet. I genuinely believe that. I believe they want him to say that, but I don't think they have, hence why no offer's actually gone in. I think Sane's using them as leverage. Genuinely, even though Sane probably isn't that happy at the moment, I do think he's using Bayern as leverage for a new contract, or maybe someone's saying turn my mic up a little bit. How do I do that? Let me just try and work out. I'm going to see if this goes a bit louder. 1 second, guys. This should be a little bit louder. Hope that's a little bit louder and clear for you now. Hopefully it's not too loud. Let me know if that is a bit better. But yeah, in general, I just think Sane's using it all, keeping his head down, being quiet. I know it's frustrating for Manchester City fans, and ourselves included. I don't think he has any intention to definitely leave. I don't think he really knows what he wants to do. I think it's just one of those things where it's going to be a positive for him either way. So he's just kind of playing it calm, keeping his cool and all that kind of stuff. And he also rumours today as well, with that apparently... PUMA are kind of waving loads of money in his face as well as a sweetener. So basically, they want him to sign a £1 million boot deal or something like that. And there's loads of rumours that he's going to join them. And obviously, they'll give him more money if he stays at Manchester City. So he's tied to the PUMA brand a little bit more. And City are still allegedly negotiating a contract with him. I think Sane is very frustrating in general. Oh, everyone's saying the mic's good. It's like a delay, like a 20 seconds. So I'm glad the mic volume's actually now better. But everyone's saying that I think Sane in general, he's an awkward character, but I think Guardiola knows how good he can be. In general, it's one of those things where it's just we have to kind of get the best out of him. We have to find a way to get the best out of him. I think sometimes he lacks the drive that we needs to be to genuinely be really tough. It's Adnan there said, haven't you seen his attitude? He's always looked miserable, Sane, even when he was brilliant. I think in general, he does look frustrating at times, Leroy Sane, but I don't believe he's a bad person. I think he's, at worst, just a bit of an arse, you know? We all have people who are a bit of an arse sometimes, and that's not a reason to get rid of him, especially given how talented they are. Sane's frustrating, but I don't think he's a bad person. Just a bit of an arrogant footballer. I don't think he's hell-bent on leaving Manchester City either. I think in general, he's just he's got absolutely no reason to say anything publicly. I know it's frustrating as fans, but if I was a Manchester City fan and I was playing for Manchester City and someone like Bayern wanted me, who were obviously huge, and even as from Germany, it means something to me if I was from Germany, and City weren't guaranteed me starting and all this kind of stuff, and I had 2 years after contract, I would probably stay quiet knowing that it'll probably at least get me an extra £10,000 a week. It'd be annoying for fans, but Sane's yeah, it's one of those things where it's not his problem really in general. I think City will say to Bayern, it's 100 million or nothing. I think that's genuinely what they'll say, and that's a totally fair figure. If anything, it's a bit cheap in my opinion, but it's the kind of thing where no one could argue that if they actually went for it. Sane, and I've maintained from the start of the window that I think he'll stay at Manchester City. I just can't see him going. I don't know what. I think it's one of those things where they're waiting for something they're not going to get. And I'm convinced the more noises around it from Bayern is more the public is trying to put pressure on him to actually say something. In terms of like the attitude thing, I don't think I agree with Junior Hogan that says you don't need to smile all the time. You really don't. Like, I think he's just a sulky kind of guy. Like, it's just we're reading into it. Like, put it this way. He wasn't exactly grinning a lot through pre-season friends last season, but no one really cared. So it's one of those things where context and confirmation bias is a big thing, and we all start to think what it is. I don't think he's fully happy, but at the same time, I don't think he's damned to leave. And I think if he wanted to leave, he would have already left by now. It's one of those things where I think he's worth the hassle. And personally, what I would do is I'd just keep him anyway. Like, he's not going to sabotage his career because he wants to get into this, the Euro squad for Germany next season. So he wants to play there. He'd crack on and get on with it. And the way I see it is that we'd still get 70, 80 million from him next season anyway because he's Leroy Sane. So he's absolutely fantastic. And Hazard set the kind of template for that kind of deal. Given he's young and all that kind of stuff, it'd make a lot of sense. And also, like, I would just not want to do business with Bayern Munich because they're such a snidey, horrible club. In general, I wouldn't want to. And AJ Plays just said, how is Nicholas? She's probably in the comments there somewhere, but she's good. She's very good. She's just next door in there. Mikel Oyarzabal, the rumour there as well is that City, even if this is from Manchester Evening News today, the local paper in Manchester, said that even if we did sell Sane, we still wouldn't go in for him, which is interesting. So loads of big kind of press around that today in Oyarzabal, but then a local journalist saying City aren't in for him at all, regardless. So there's a lot of kind of very contrasting reports on this, and I'm kind of inclined to believe it's somewhere in the middle. Like, I don't think City would do absolutely nothing if Sane goes, but I think in general, I don't think it's as clear cut. And some local Spanish reports as well saying, I think it might have been Sport Witness saying that the chances of Oyarzabal joining are lukewarm because it's not even likely that Sane is going to join Bayern. It's very frustrating. But every day it gets closer towards the transfer window, I think it's less likely that he goes. And one thing I'm almost certain is that if he's not gone by the start of the season, like in terms of the first Premier League game, he's not going at all, in my humble opinion. David Hollinghurst was saying, what's the point of the video? Are you bored, Stephen? No, it's just what I do, David. I'm not sure if you noticed, mate, but I make YouTube videos. So I like talking to you guys as well, and I love reading your comments as you just read there. Watching my subscriber count go up and down, by the way, is equally demoralising as it is exciting at the same time. So whoever's going up and down there, thank you very much. But go up. If you're watching this, everyone in the comments tell them why they should subscribe. Please be kind. But I'll read some of your comments now as well. Would you drop David for Bernardo in order to start Sane? Lee, if he warranted it, it's weird because everyone was so frustrated last season about Guardiola not always starting games, but at the same time we were just fantastic. So it's almost like Guardiola was right. Guardiola pretty much is always right. And even though I sometimes get frustrated, I'm always like, well, as long as you win, I don't really care. And that's pretty much always happens. Even when Sane was coming on, it's one of those things where it's frustrating, but I wouldn't drop anyone unless they deserved it. And at times, I've not really been able to argue with Bernardo at right wing and Sterling at the left. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating. Thank you all for the nice comments, by the way. I'm reading them all as comes through. I deserve 10 million subs. I don't think there's 10 million City fans in the world. Kyle Walker there. But it'd be very nice, wouldn't it? But I'm glad you're all enjoying the video anyway. So what do you all make of the Sane thing? Do you think he'll stay? Do you think he'll go? I don't think anything seems different to what he did 3-4 weeks ago, even being honest. It seems like the same noise. It seems like the same kind of bullshit coming from certain sources of buying, the same press. The latest bit of nonsense was from Bild a day, like Bild, Bob the Builder, the German Bild newspaper saying that apparently Bayern have delayed their team photo because they want to get Leroy Sane in it. It's like, which is just nonsense until after the transfer window. Surely they just have the team photo after the transfer window anyway, because that's when the squad is complete for the season. I'm sure it's got absolutely nothing to do with Leroy Sane. It's just about any signings. It's just, this kind of tenuous nonsense from the tabloids just seems totally nutty stupid. Sam Behind is saying, please invite your Man City pals to this show. I'll try and get some on at some point. It's just hard because I live nowhere near them. Let's have a look at a few more comments. Best website to get tickets on? There's just one, mate. mancity.com, Lee. I think you messaged me earlier, Lee, but I've not got time to reply it. But mancity.com is the only place I've ever got tickets from, so I can't really comment on that. Bayern wants a winger selling Morris. Well, yeah, there's loads of players that I'm sure Bayern would take, but they want Mr. Leroy Sane. And I don't think he's given loads to actually indicate that he wants to go. Mustafa Asada saying, what's up with Mendy? Repeatedly. Well, he's back actually now. He's coming back to Manchester. To me, Mendy looks like he's in great nick. I got to say to Mendy, I know he's had a tough time and all that kind of stuff, but I've been really impressed with the effort he seems to be putting in online. When I've looked at all the photos, he looks like drenched in sweat, and he's been doing 2 or 3 sessions a day to get really, really fit. And you can tell he actually looks lean, he looks strong, and it must be tough, being injured all the time, because you're a footballer. And I don't know, I'm not going to try and project anything onto him, but if I was injured all the time as a footballer, eventually I'd go a bit stir crazy. I genuinely would. I'd get a bit down about it all. And I'm not saying he has been down, but there was those reports that he kind of started crying at training when he was confronted about his attitude. And I can imagine sometimes it is quite actually difficult being injured. But everyone sees as this kind of happy-go-lucky guy. Sorry, there's a mosquito flying around. Little bastard. On my live stream. I don't know where that's come from as well. But I think Mendy's not taking it that well as much people think he has. Also, by the way, do you like my Legend of Zelda cup? Because I'm actually a nerd. Nicola made it in this brew. Thank you, Nicola. It's massive. You could bath a mouse in that, genuinely. Kim saying, Stephen, do you know anything about Puma's involvement? Kim, from what I can tell, Puma are quite close to agreeing a boot sponsorship with Leroy Sane, allegedly. And they want to use the City kind of contract as a way to give him more money, to dangle that in front of him, because obviously he'd get more money part of his contract if he stayed at Manchester City. So it's one of those things where it's I think that's the rumour, that's the rumour in general. So I don't know how true that is, but I do know that he is in talks with Puma. It's been pretty much really hugely recorded. Jack Sanders saying, are we trouble if we don't sign Kompany replacement? I think the Kompany replacement, if it happens one day, it'll be next season. I think we should be alright. We have got obviously the 3 centre backs in Otamendi, Stones, Laporte. Then we've got 2 very good young centre backs. I genuinely would be comfortable in lesser games. I'm talking the games at home where we dominate 80% of the ball, with Taylor Harwood-Bellis or Eric Garcia playing. Eric Garcia obviously just won the under-19s with Spain Euro tournament. And then we've also got Fernandinho who can play there, or Rodri could play there. Rodri himself said he could play there if needs be. We've got plenty of players. Or Danilo played there in pre-season, was alright. Kyle Walker could play there. We've got plenty of people who could play there. If we had only 3 and no one else who could think of, I'd be worried. But I'm not too worried. Kompany, the only thing we lose about Kompany is his leadership, which we can't replace, but he's one of a kind. How can you replace that? I love the amazing Gakan there saying we're all a bunch of plastics. Well, amazing Gakan, thank you for contributing to my channel, giving me those views. And we're all not a bunch of plastics. You wouldn't know the meaning of the word plastic. Have you heard anything about Joe Canto? Lewis, I have not, unfortunately, mate. It seems to be changing every single day, doesn't it? I don't think what's going to happen that one. It's going to be a little bit quiet, because I think mainly because we can't get rid of Danilo. Danilo, it looks like that he'll stay now. Cancelo would have been fun. I was really up to the idea of that, but I can't really see it happening. I think he'll just end up staying around. Then Cancelo won't come in as a result. Chana B saying Harwood-Bellis should be in the first team. He can be that good. Yeah, I wouldn't start him immediately, but what I would do is I'd get him around the first team training, like the way Phil Foden was the season before last. So when he was 17, and he got the odd appearance in a cup and stuff like that. That's what I would give Harwood-Bellis this season. I'd give him some Carabao Cup games and maybe some first earlier round FA Cup games, because he needs them to show how he could be. Likewise with Eric Garcia. Last season how centre-backs were Eric Garcia and Philip Sandler in some of the games. I'd do the same, but with those two, because I think generally they're good enough. So, especially if it's against a lower league team. Ivan Hamu saying, who would be the perfect placement for David Silva next season? Oh, God. I'm going to stew on that and have a think about it. 1 second. Who would be the perfect David Silva replacement? Guys, let us know in the comments. Hopefully Phil Foden. Phil Foden's now got a year now, where I think he'll start at least 10 games in the Premier League this season. He started 3 towards the end of the season, 3 of the last 5. I think he'll start a bunch of games this season in the Premier League. And hopefully, with another year experience, he might be ready to step into that role. And maybe we'll have someone else ready out wide so Bernardo can play central. Bernardo is the perfect replacement for me in the centre. But I don't think you can really place David Silva. I like He's a good midfielder, the little French lad. I can't pronounce it very well. Sorry, I'm very bad at pronouncing things. But in general, I really like him. I think he'd be good. But Bernardo seems to be the obvious one for me. Silva for Silva. Yeah, everyone's saying that. Bernardo. Alano from Jordan Rainey. AJ Plays saying, like, does anyone actually like the transfer window? No 40 lots of lies and bullshitting. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, AJ? I try and be honest about these things, and I'm sorry if anyone ever thinks that my thumbnails are misleading. They're not meant to be. They're just the news, and I talk about them. A lot of people think that I'm trying to make up the news, which I never am, ever. I just discuss the rumours with you guys and dissect through all the bullshit usually. And 99%, like in general, if you approach... Nicholas here in the comments, by the way. They are behaving. If you approach... transfers and presume 90% of it's bullshit, the transfer window becomes a lot easier to digest in general. I just presume things aren't true until they look like they might be true. Then everything's easy. Hysteria, yeah, I've discussed the Sane thing. You only just joined the video, but we discussed it right at the start. I'll go back to it in a bit, Hysteria, because obviously, you know, people are joining it a little bit later. Who's your dream City transfer? Can be unrealistic. Well, it's always Messi. I know he's old now, but I'm just Messi in a Man City shirt. He's my favourite. I think he's the best ever. So that's the dream one there. Other than that, Delict would have been amazing, wouldn't it? Delict, I know he's not like the best player in the world or anything like that, but he would have been perfect. Ladies in the chat, and not just any lady, a tough bastard of a lady. Nicola will have you all on toast if needs be. Is Walker good enough going into the new season? JMHD, I don't really know. Like, I thought he was good towards the end of the season. He was genuinely very good towards the end of the season. He started pretty, like, he had a bad mid-season, I think, but I thought towards the running he was fantastic, and he played, like, more games than anyone last season for Manchester City. That's an actual fact. So I think we'll have to see. If not, we've got Danilo, and if not, we'll have someone challenging him eventually. Hello, Matt from the US there. Love the channel. Thank you, Matt. Very kind of you. Nicola ready to drop the banhammer. She really is. Jack Mitchell saying City far bigger club than Liverpool. In terms of support, Jack, that's sadly not true. Like if City had the support of Liverpool, this channel would be about 10 times the size. But our fans are growing and our fans are incredible, and we're much more successful club these days than Liverpool. Can't deny that. What's the update on Sane, bro? Okay, I'll get onto that now. Basically, the update today from a local Manchester journalist called Stuart Brennan from Manchester Evening News, a local paper. It looks like it's been briefed by the club, if we're being honest, saying that City have not received any bids from Bayern Munich, and they're not discussing with Bayern Munich, and they're still negotiating a contract with Leroy Sane. So basically, it looks like City have gone to a local journalist to kind of dismiss the rumours, and they're saying that they're not expecting to receive any bids as well. So it looks like basically Bayern aren't even trying to negotiate with Manchester City yet. And the reason that is because obviously they've not had the nod from Sane to do that. Bayern won't really bid until Leroy Sane says to them, yes, go and bid for me and I'll go. I think Sane's just basically sitting quiet, and everything points towards this. He's sitting quiet and waiting to see what happens because he's using it as leverage one way or another. And Bayern, yeah, I've not bidded. And I think in general they won't bid because I don't think they'll get the actual push that they need from Sane to actually go and bid. City seem to be quite defiant it, quietly stoic about it all. And I think in general we should be. I still think he'll be at the start of the season. I'm almost certain if he gets past the first game of the season, he won't go at all. Best game I've been to, Alfie Collinson. Do you know what? Even though it was terrible and it felt sick at the end of it, the Spurs game last season. I know we didn't go through, but that game was just astonishingly good live. Absolutely, incredible. 64, Lundico, love the channel, Stephen. What's more important this season between Champions League and the third Premier League in a row? They're both so important, but I think we all want the Champions League now. I honestly wanted back-to-back Premier League as more than anything last season, but now I'm ready for the Champions League. And I think we all know the players want it. Kompany said, obviously, behind the scenes at that speech that go and get the Champions League now. That's what he wants them to do. So in general, I think Champions League is probably more important now because we prove we're the best in the country by a long way. We all know we are. Having said that, I always think you got to win the Champions League, win the domestic league too, because that's the best way you can say you're the best in Europe. I mean, at least now we've won 2 Premier Leagues in a row. As long as we finish close, if we didn't win the league this year and it was close though, and we won the Champions League, we could still legitimately say that we're the best team in England because we would have won 2 out of the last 3, pushed whoever won it really close, and won the Champions League. So that's why I wanted to win a couple in a row. So probably just Champions League now. Let's have a look. I'm looking forward to VAR. Junior is not happy about VAR. It's going to be interesting, isn't it? Guys, any questions as well? Get them in because I'll run through a few more questions as well now while I drink before my Legend of Zelda tea. Robin asking, you think Jesus will start more games with Aguero? No, but I think he'll start a lot more than you think. I think his performances in the Copa America were really important, and I think his performances towards the end of the season as well, especially the Watford game, will show just how good he could be. I think he's grown up a little bit over the summer. I think he realises now that he's really got to just settle in and not kind of pander for his family too much. There's nothing wrong with that, of course, but I think he can't rely on them being there. He's only a little kid. I think mentally he's quite young, so I think he'll play a lot more this season and show just how good he can be. Black Area Gaming saying which youngster should go out on loan. Sorry, Nicola paying £2, which I'll probably have to transfer now back on Monzo to go and buy sweets. I'm a bit busy, Nicola. Go and do it yourself. But sorry, I'm going to go back to that comment. I've lost it because Nicola being Nicola. Which youngster should go out on loan? To me, Pervada, Bernardo to get regular games to prepare them. Pervada definitely. Black Area Game, Pervada definitely. I think Bernardo should stay around the first team, maybe get some games in the Carling Cup. But I think Pervada's 19, and he probably needs to get some football somewhere to actually test himself. Johnny Gray saying looking cute tonight. Thank you, Nicola's alternate account. I'm on to you. A dream lineup for next season. I would say a dream lineup is, I don't really have one. I know it sounds mad, but I trust Guardiola in whatever he wants. It's just the usual one you'd think of. The dream lineup at left back is obviously Mendy because it means he's got better, and Mendy at his very best could be the best left back in the world. So Mendy, hopefully, if he's fit, because if he's in it means he's playing Ederson, Stones, Laporte. It'll be Walker, I guess, and then it'll be the dream. I want Finidi to play, but I want it to be Rodri because that means he's developed his successor. So Rodri, and then this is what I would love to see. So I would love to see Bernardo slowly take over David Silva Road, then Kevin De Bruyne, then Sane actually there and comfortable, Sterling, and then Aguero. So that would be the kind of thing I would love to see there. But I think the squad is very, very kind of dynamic. Ian Byrne saying Jack Byrne, any relation, Ian? Saying he's been amazing with Shamrock Rovers. Do we have a buyback clause? He has been very good. I've been following him actually on Instagram, so I've seen all his goals he scored. Very good footballer. So I'm almost certain he'll be back at a good level one day. Exceptionally gifted footballer, far too good. With all due respect to Shamrock Rovers, who knows where he'll go? But good luck to him. Do you think Guardiola will extend his contract? Maybe, I'm actually starting to think he might do. It depends how we get. It depends if these young players come through and actually, start to show what they could be. I think he might want to see the project out a little bit more. Do you think Garcia is ready for the step up as number 4 centre-back? Ferrer, Dwight, Ferrer? I think he is. Likewise, Taylor Howard, Bellis. I would rotate it between those two. And if we need a senior player, Rodri or Fernandinho really at centre-back in a long kind of... If we need them at a push. But yeah, I think they definitely... Either of those two, I think they're excellent young centre-backs, and I'd be very happy with that. Do you think Aguero will do well in his new one-year loan spell at AC Milan? What are you on about, mate? No idea. The Rock Lee saying, Stephen, mate, you're a legend. You're a legend, The Rock Lee 08. Bellis or Garcia, I'm not going to choose between them. If someone really twisted my arm to say, who would you rather make it? It'd be Bellis because he's a local lad, he's from Stockport, and Taylor Howard, Bellis, as much as Eric Garcia is great, you always would rather someone who's local just to make it. Just because it's just one of those things, you want the local lad to make it. Will De Bruyne stay fit? Yeah, I think he will, pal. I don't see any reason why not. I think it was just an unfortunate injury from last year, and it's just one of those things. I'm the Messiah according to Kester English. And Kester, I saw your comment at the start of the video when you were sent up about how I was going to look today. And I hope I don't look too tired. I just look a bit scruffy because I need a shave. I see you're going to extend Mangala. I don't think so, no. This season, De Bruyne and Sterling going to be monsters. Miles Lundy, I absolutely agree. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. How long has this been going on for now, by the way? I just don't even know. What are we at? 25 minutes live. Wow, that's pretty decent. Favourite current City player? Probably Bernardo. Of course it's Bernardo. Ibrahim Mafal saying, do you think Man City will make any more signings for transfer deadline day? If so, who? Probably not, mate. I think the biggest sign would be to get Sane to stay, really. Maybe we'll get someone if Sane goes, but I don't think we will do. I think we're it's getting too late now in general. So we've only got a week before it's happened. Pat Mouse saying, I hope you're doing well, Stephen, mate. You reckon Sane will stick around? I've said it 100 times in this video because I know you should try and do him. But yeah, I think he will do. I think I don't think he's told Bayern he wants to go there. I don't think he's told City he wants to leave. I think he's just playing the contract game. And the reason Bayern haven't bidded yet, in my opinion, is because they've not had the nod from Sane to go for it. And City have said Bayern, they've not bidded for him yet. Alex Grease Mayer saying, looking forward to more Sergio Gabriel partnerships this season. Goals, goals, goals. I think that'll happen now we got wing-backs to play that. Definitely. Yeah, 100%. I can see that happening a few times. Which Man City player would make the best manager out of the current squad? Ooh, good question. I don't think about that. It's hard to say, isn't it, really? Maybe someone like... Oh, De Bruyne. De Bruyne's brain is like so intense. I think he's actually the kind of person who sees the game a little bit like Guardiola in terms of how he's just... I think he... Maybe he wouldn't be a good manager, though. He might be someone like Fernandinho. You know, he's tough, but also a bit of a thinker and quietly confident. Who do you think will be the best manager in the squad? I can't think David Silva would be. I don't think he enjoys the limelight very much. Do you think City will get banned from Champions League? Probably not, if I'm being honest. And if so, so be it. I won't be that bothered. As long as City are playing football Premier League, I won't be asked. Man City fanboy Forever Blue said, do you think Douglas Luiz will come back to haunt us in the Premier League? If he does, it means we can buy him back and as a good player. So, yeah, if he has a genuine good season, Aston Villa will be very happy for him. We get him back as maybe a Fernandinho replacement when he gets retired. Franklin, Dan Bradley 17, shout out. There it is, mate. Franklin saying, need Nicola goals for real, I think. Thank you, very nice of you. Nicola timing people out in the comments, quite funny. No information on Cancelo, unfortunately. Plato Williams. Hope your name is actually Plato. It's pretty cool if so. Anyone else called Socrates or anything like that? Or any... I'm trying to think of some astronomers. I can't think of any. Plato was not an astronomer, he's a philosopher. Anyway, I'm talking nonsense. Hi, how are you? Edward, I'm good, thank you. I'm very good. Thank you very much. How are you, Edward? How is everyone? Hope you're all very good. Oliver Hart saying, Mendy be an epic manager, get away with anything. Very true. Raid Kari saying, big fan of Saudi Arabia, God forbid. Pep leaves off this contract, who would you want to take over? Yeah, the Irish dude's pretty cool. I don't really know. Mate, go for Bielsa. Go for fun. I think all I know is that whenever he goes, unless we get the next prodigy, someone like Xavi maybe, hopefully he's good, or maybe Vincent Kompany's good, or Arteta proves good, I don't think we're going to fight. There's no one in world football at the moment I think he could do the same job as Guardiola, so I'm prepared for that inevitability. Right, guys, I'm going to start to wrap it up here, but I'm glad you're all enjoying this video. I'm going to go, but I'll be back tomorrow with another video, of course. But now, though, I want to say thank you to everyone joining again. If you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's you'll see it go up on the live card next to you and all that kind of stuff. And hopefully you enjoyed this live stream because they're quite fun to do, aren't they? They're not too bad as well. Anyway, for now, go and click the link in the description for the Unibet thing. Go and click on the blog. There's a great article about Kevin De Bruyne there from Stephen Tudor, Manchester City fan. It's really good, I promise you. Plenty of fun reading that. I read it earlier. Very, very good piece about why he's going to spell trouble for the Premier League this season. For now, though, I'll see you very, very soon. In a bit, guys. Gonna stop the stream.